But we're not finished yet for tonight, so let's hand over to Miles and Jamie for news on Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor.
Countdown for assault.
Hey everyone, I'm Miles, one of the brand managers at Dovetail, and I'm joined with a very familiar face to you all.
Hi everyone, as a lot of you know, I'm Jamie, one of the community managers and also one of the many Thomas and Friends fans at Dovetail.
So far you've seen so many exciting developments and things going on behind the scenes at Dovetail. However, earlier this year we released Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor to you all, and what a time it's been since we launched. Thank you to everyone who's been playing.
We absolutely loved seeing all the screenshots, videos and reactions from the fans. It's meant a lot to the whole team. A project like this takes a lot of work, and we thought it'd be fun to give you a little look at how everything came together. We wanted to give you some insight into the team and the process of bringing you the wonderful world of Sodor.
Stick around because we're also going to show you the first look at what the future of Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor looks like. Let's jump into it, shall we?
When you're a kid and you're a huge Thomas fan like I was, you never expect to work on a project like this.
When I found out I was going to have that opportunity to write the music for the game, it honestly took me a moment to even sort of process that in my mind.
I've been a huge fan for a long while, since I was a little boy. And it's kind of a boyhood dream to have been able to work on this and become part of the history of Thomas and Friends.
It's really nice having a product where people are really looking forward to it and really wanting to play it.
I read the stories when I was young. I've read the books multiple times to both my children.
Oh look, it's that little blue tank engine.
And being able to bring those stories into the game.
Hello, said Thomas. Who are you?
To walk around the island. I hope everyone here can just be a really useful engine.
I'm Jamie, I'm a community manager at Dovetail Games and also help to write the stories for Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. Myself and Cameron investigated episodes from every era of Thomas and Friends, see what types of stories certain characters haven't had yet and how they would fit into the game. Both of us have been fans for years, so we could bounce ideas off each other and give feedback on each other's stories.
Yeah, I'm Cameron, I'm a member of the gameplay team and also was the writer of the scripts and also a subject matter expert for the game. With something like this, you have to be really careful because the stories are so well known and the books and the TV show are beyond famous. They are known all around the world. So taking them into a game is a lot different from an episode of the show because you have to consider how you're telling the story in a different medium.
One morning, Thomas was shunting trucks in the yard.
And then you also have to add the interactivity side of it.
To make sure they felt authentic, we used different types of railway terminology, just as the Reverend Wilbur Awdry did in the original stories.
You really need to learn how to shunt trucks properly, Thomas.
And we also considered how each character would react to specific situations, the friendships each character has over the years, and the way they speak to one another.
So we can explore character dynamics and situations that the show never touched on or the books never adapted.
I'm Benjamin Simons. I'm the creative brand strategist and composer here at Dovetail Games. I wanted to write something that lifelong fans of the series would hear and know felt like it was connected to the world of Thomas and Friends. It needed to be nostalgic while feeling new, like a fresh take on the theme and the idea. From that first note that you hear in the music, it was an invitation to come in and explore this world we've created. I wanted it to just feel grand and like a big warm musical hug, essentially.
Not only am I as good as you, but Thomas, I'm better.
What was really important to us was that we wanted to do the island justice and stay true to that source material as much as we could. There are so many friends on the islands of Sodor. The island itself it's a complete island. There's so much there to go and find. And there are so many things that everyone finds really iconic and relates to. So it's trying to really understand, how do we get that down to something that's achievable? What are the characters that we want to bring in that we can do the best stories with? And what parts of the island should be representing there?
So we have several stories that are brand new for this. So for example, we have Branching Out, which involves Diesel and Annie and Clarabelle, which never happened in the show, but you get to explore a unique relationship between the two.
We wanted to make sure that the new stories brought something new to each character, or something they hadn't done before.
Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor allows you to do so much more than you already know with these stories.
Hello, said Thomas. Who are you? I'm Bertie. Who are you? I'm Thomas.
I'm Rob Powell. I'm part of the game development team at Dovetail Games. I worked on both the scenarios and the timetable mode that the players saw. It was a bit of a challenge to begin with, because usually for Train Sim World, when we develop timetables, we have real-world timetables to go from that we implement into the game as best as we can. With the island being a truncated version of the Reverend Audrey's island, I had to create the timetable from scratch, which means I had to iterate and design my own timetable and then implement that in-game.
My name is Oliver. I'm a character animator at Dovetail Games, and I worked on Train Sim 3, 4, 5, and 6, and most recently Wonders of Sodor. In every other train sim we've worked on, the trains are just trains essentially, but these are living, breathing steam engines, and they're all friends with each other, and they all love what they do, and giving them that personality for each character really does make things pop. I researched all the different personalities of the trains essentially, even being given Mattel character sheets, official ones, so I could be as on model as possible. And there was a group of people in the office who are very passionate about Thomas and Friends. So I was constantly sending them messages saying like, what do you think about this animation? Do you think this smile looks a little bit off? And they were just giving me so much feedback.
When I first saw Thomas and Friends, it's around about 5-6 years old. It's around when the first series, I think it was ITV that were running it at the time.
My mum has a photo of me, must have been around 5 years old, sitting on her shoulders as a real life Thomas pulled into a train station.
I had the original CG Thomas show playing on loop in the background whilst I worked.
There's so much history with Thomas and Friends, so it was a really good way to challenge ourselves against an internal audience essentially, who already could tell us so many great things about what was going to work and what wasn't.
So I'm Darius, I'm a video editor here at Dovetail Games, and my role in bringing Sodor to life was the gameplay trailer. We wanted to capture the sort of nostalgia of the franchise. The idea to use parts of the TV intro wasn't by accident. We wanted to hook people from the very first shot. The moment that we realised that this was Sodor was the very first shot in the announced trailer. It took 3 or 4 attempts to get that first windmill shot perfect for the announced trailer, and the moment we got that shot, me, Ben and Miles all went, that's it, we got it.
Being a lifelong fan, getting to work on a project like this, it is a dream come true. It's something that getting to be such a large part of it, getting to write the stories, getting to build the gameplay.
If you told me then that I'd go on to write the music for an official Thomas and Friends video game, I think my young mind would have been completely blown.
I mean, since I started working at Dovetail, I'll be honest, it was something I hoped that I'd get to work on one day. And then to be actually given the green light to work on it, said, yeah, we've chosen you to come and do the timetable and some of the scenario work for it, was just unbelievable.
We have so many of our own stories, and I'm sure you do too. And being able to bring those stories into the game, to walk around the island, is magical for me, and I hope it's magical for you as well.
Being a part of that 80-plus year history of the Thomas and Friends franchise,
That's the best feeling in the world.
To be able to walk around the world of the island of Sodor and to see all the different characters and their different jobs.
It's just a thrill that you can't get watching an episode of the show.
I think if fans could take one thing away from Wonders of Sodor, it would be joy. We really wish you just the happiness of exploring the island of Sodor.
And I really can't wait to see the future of Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. Wow, what a journey it's been to get here. Thank you again to all of the players for sharing your thoughts and feedback over the past few months. We see the passion from you all. Your feedback has really helped us to update the game and make it the best possible version it can be for you all. We're working on more updates for the game. based on your feedback, and we hope to bring you news as soon as we have it.
Whether you've been playing on PC or console, we hope that you've loved the game just as much as we've loved making it for you all. And don't forget, for those collectors of you, the deluxe version of Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor will be available on a physical disc, releasing later this year.
Oh, and it comes with a sticker pack too. I love that. We know just how excited you've all been to hear what's coming next from us at Dovetail and what's next for Wonders of Sodor.
Today we're very excited to confirm that our teams are currently developing new content for Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. We've been listening closely to your feedback, reading your comments and discussing what you'd like to see from the game in the future. Thanks to that support, we're pleased to be able to share a little more about what's ahead. On screen now is our first Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor roadmap, showing you all what's next for the game and when you can expect new information. As you can see, we're going to be bringing you 2 new characters to the game over the coming months. Keep your eyes peeled on our socials and we'll be sharing more with you soon.
We're also pleased to announce that as of today, we're giving all players of Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor a free LBSC Thomas Anniversary livery to celebrate the launch and community. Log in now to claim and play.
That's our Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor update done for today. Thanks for joining us and back to you, JD.
Countdown for